So, tell me, Nigel, I've heard that you, the Tesl greatest of all time, have retired. Tell me a bit about that. I don't know what there's to say about that, to be honest. Guess it was a long time coming. Once you reach the zenith of your craft, I suppose you become complacent. And that's what it was always about, the art, reaching the new heights. But I somehow suspect that there aren't any new heights to scale. Really, there's only trudging on the peak. Of course, it's not one of those cartoon peaks. It's just like a spike at the top. I'm not tiptoeing on a spike. It's more of a, there's a bit of room to stand up there. Ah, yes, I see. And how do you think people will take the news? I suspect people won't find out because they won't bother trying to find out. So, the ones who will find out are the ones who'll find out, and how they'll react, I don't know. But I suspect most people won't know. Would have gone gently in the night. Ah, yes, yes. You're going to do a big goodbye. Maybe. Maybe I'll do a big goodbye, but probably not. Probably do a little goodbye. Maybe I'm doing my goodbye right now, at the start of this VOD. Maybe that's what I'm doing. I'm not sure. Maybe there'll be a sequel to a certain video that I made. A squeakquel, if you will, perchance. Maybe. Yeah, yes, the video, the one where you quite famously say that you will continue playing. If you'd allow me the opportunity to call you a fool for perhaps appearing a hypocrite in light of that video now. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Lasted 2 weeks. Lasted 2 weeks. Didn't realize the reality of it. Didn't sink in. It didn't sink in. 3 years. 3 years I streamed that game. Over 3 actually by the end. Over 3 since I started because it was very on and off. So it wasn't 3 full years, but I mean that's a long time. That's a long time for anything really. And sometimes you gotta go to the next chapter. It's not even just going to the next chapter really. It's like you gotta start a new book. You fill up your diary with all your scribblings and your thoughts, and then you have to get a new diary. Start filling that one up. Sure, at first it's going to be empty. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be lonely. But, yeah. Sometimes you got to start a new book. Not just about starting a new chapter. It's about starting a new book. Sure, the entries in that book might be more further apart, let's say. Further apart. But still, I'm pretty excited to show everybody what's in store, as they say. Well, very insightful, Nigel. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to do this interview with me. Any concluding thoughts for your fans? Oh, look, hey, thanks for having me. Thanks for interviewing me. Uh, Final thoughts. I changed my mind. Hey Dow, how you doing? What's going on? Sorry, I just had to do my little intro because for the VOD. Just had to do something for the VOD there because I have essentially an audience who watches my VODs for about 5 minutes, and that's as much time as I have to convey any meaning to anybody. So I've got to utilize that the best I can. Yeah, how you doing, mate? What's going on? And when you say ages, do you mean in the last week? Since I took a little sick break, got a little bit of an illness, or are you referring to in the grander scheme of things? Oh yeah, then okay, that's definitely not the last week then. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it says here, following since 20 June 2017. 2017. That is a long time ago. Stinking long time ago. I will answer the most obvious and most frequent question from people back in that day. This is the same room. It's just a different angle. So whereas I used to be sitting this way and the wall behind me was that one, now I'm sitting this way and then that's the wall behind me. Actually, you can see it in the reflection of the wall. You can see the wall that used to be the wall in the reflection. Hold on, we'll go big screen. So you can see it's over there now. So that's the swapperoo. Yeah, I've still got the darn poster. Still got the poster, and I've still only seen the first season of the show, so... Best thing that ever happened to this film, being able to see if your bed is made. I've completely given up on it. You know, for a while there, I was just like... I wasn't making it, I was just, you know, throwing it over. But now, I just... who can be bothered? Who can be bothered? Forget about it. I don't have time or energy for that. That badge looks so good. Just like seeing it. It will be unmade tonight, so what's the point of making it now? I mean, pretty much, right? Like, I'm not going to be entertaining anyone. You know? It's not like anybody's going to see my bed anyway. Oh, hey! Hey, you! What are you doing? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Huh? Man, I had every single time I take a an extended break from streaming, I always like start thinking about things. I'm a bit of a thinker, you know. I feel like that's always been the case, that I keep myself a bit busy so that I don't think about things. To be fair, I was reading some books, but you know, depending on the book, sometimes they have themes, thoughts, predictions about the future, especially when you read science fiction. X-Files, the game. I actually saw Aris playing an X-Files game. Resist or serve. And it looks so funny. It's a funny game. I don't know, I just... It always hits me that I can stream anything I want. It's just I don't know what I want to stream. Because I feel like I could go, you know, many different games one after another. Like just everything is one episode. Or I could just play things to the end. Because I don't know, I feel like maybe the attempt at having streaming as like I mean, it being a business ended a long time ago, for sure. But I think maybe the difference is it's not really about money, but more about size between being like a 5-viewer streamer and like more than that. Although I still don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be like. Like I've got my viewer count hidden here. And I was like pretty interested because I was sick. I took a bunch of days off, and obviously the title, you know, the retirement. Well, that's the point. That's the point. Is the reason why I'm cutting down is because I will be having a life. So that's the point. Like I can't no life Tesl for a bunch of ungratefuls because you know it's not viable anymore time-wise. Like I won't have the time, and likewise I won't have the time to no life any streaming or anything like that anymore. So I'm hopeful that that's the case. I still need to find out, but like it's probably going to be less than 2 weeks that I know that if my life actually starts. So that's why I cut down so much. I mean, I didn't have a choice. I was sick, and I wasn't going to stream sick because I just couldn't talk, and I'm still a bit sick. But stream whatever Brad is streaming. He does that that truck. That's pretty cool. I saw some clips of that, like him preparing the food and talking to the customers and stuff. Could have been larger, but Tesla's dead and one of our subprem's pretty dead nowadays as well. Yeah, that Reddit is just... As long as there was a reason to struggle, like people just loved it. Like people just love struggling. But now that there's no point in struggling, they just gave up. It's so weird because who would have thunk that there'd be such a huge difference between like a game not having communication, and it's like it's just all uncertainty. Like that's one state, and then the certainty of that it is frozen. It's like as long as there's uncertainty, people will assume that even now that it's a certain that it's frozen, people still think that it might come back. But well, that's not the point. The point is that throughout most of the game's history, it's like, oh, struggle, struggle, struggle. You know, something will happen. If only they hear us, something will happen. And now that they basically said, no, nothing will happen. Nothing's gonna happen. People realize, nothing's gonna happen. When drops got removed, I don't know. I'm in the just chatting section, so I don't think there are any drops in just chatting. Left too much in the air, so a lot of people don't want to invest time into it anymore. Well, I mean, it lowers up in the air and people still kept going. It's just that now that it's not in the air anymore, that it's definitely finished. So yeah, CVH apparently still has a job. If you made like a little chart of the biggest winners and the biggest losers, I mean, I think CVH is probably somewhere at the top of like the winners list, because if he's gonna keep having his job, like, whew, how you feeling? I'm a bit clunked, you know, with me. Ears are sort of blocked.
Oh, hold it right there, Nigel. Somebody just resubscribed to the channel. How many months is it?
7 million.
No kidding. That is
7
a lot of
million.
months. Thank you so much from both of us. Thank you so much. What did you say, Nigel?
7 million. Where did it go?
Yeah, exactly.
Where did the time go?
Exactly my thoughts. Exactly. Thank you so much.
Well,
Retirement sub.
Thanks for the 7 million, mate. Do really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm retiring from Tesl. I'm retiring from being the Tesl greatest of all time. I just have to. I just have to. I just have to. It's like I said, you know. If you are the greatest of all time in Tesl, and you're in a forest and you fall over in a comedic way creating content, but there's nobody there to see it happen, did you make that content? It's when I realized that question, that just oh no. No, that's not the reason. That's not it. The better analogy would be if you've fallen over in the forest as the Tesla greatest of all time too many times for comedic content. Is it worth continuing? And you know what? My knees have got dirt on them. My hands have got dirt on them. My shirt's got dirt on it. I'm all dirty from falling over in the Tesla forest too many times for comedic comment. Too many times, and I need to go have a shower. I need to get new clothes. And you know what? I just got to get out of the forest. I can't see anywhere. I can't see this way. I can't see that way. I don't know if I'll be able to make my way home just to have a shower, just to get a new change of clothes. But I've got to try. Are you still gonna stream? Yeah, on and off. On and off. We'll see. There's like a billion different games that I want to play. I just don't know which one I'm gonna be. Like, it's that modern problem. There's too much choice. There's just too much choice. And like, I want to play all these crumbo 10 out of 10 indie games. But I don't know. I don't know. Is it this one? Is it that one? I don't know. I don't know. I've sort of just been waiting for this series to end. More or less the series this year to end before going towards something else. Basically, that's the way that I've figured it out. Like, I don't want to start a new book at the end of this year. It just seems Like, it seems so arbitrary to be like, on the first, here we go, but... yeah. I don't know, I don't... It wasn't really a New Year's resolution. It was sort of like a Christmas gift. I feel just moving on from the game was pretty much just that was a Christmas gift because I more or less went like at sort of the peak of my sickness. I streamed on Christmas Eve, and I was just fed up with it. You know, I crafted every single card I didn't have, so I have 100% of the cards in maximum copies. And that was it, you know. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have streamed. Maybe this is too much, and maybe I'll come back. Like, you never know, but what's the haps? Hey, always welcome back. Don't be a stranger. All the best, mate. So it wasn't really a New Year's resolution as much as a Christmas gift. Clarity was my gift. Yep. Yep. Clarity. Yeah. Quit the game a while back too. TFT. I quite like it, but I don't really play it seriously. That's the problem. Like, to me, the strength of that game is it's the same thing as the way I play card games. Is I get this combination and I'm like, okay, let's see what can I do with this combination. Like, oh, I want to build this random combo. Like, it's not necessarily about trying to win. It's just trying to see what can be done. And then often it ends up in disaster because I don't get the right types. And because of that playstyle, I can't pivot my comp to not lose in the late game because I double down, triple down on something that's not working. And then I basically have to just concede to go to the next one and re-roll what my initial options are. So I do kind of like it, but I find it like if I try to take it more seriously because I don't know how to play it, I find it really frustrating. So yeah, I thought about streaming it a while ago, but I just sort of realized, oh, without an actual attempt to win, it's a bit hard. I don't think it would necessarily be very compelling to watch to newcomers if I'm clearly making the wrong mistakes over it. Like it appears that I'm not even trying. Watching the challenger streamers. Yeah, I've opened up those streams on a number of occasions, and I just immediately phase out. Like, I'm not interested. Like, I open them up, and then I look at the board, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool, and then muted, and then I alt-tab out, and then that's it, basically. Finished. Not much more to it. I don't know, on that top level, the game just doesn't interest me. They're all trying to min-max and econ and figure it all out. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Ooh, collect, pivot. Ooh, what are they playing? Ooh, I gotta put my character here. And nah, man, I just want to get all the green ones, and I want to get all the blue ones. And oh, I just re-rolled 14 times trying to find my green one, and I could have had level 19 Udi, but I guess I'll just lose now. Sort of Sort of how it goes. Well, it's not really an each their own, because it's not, like, I'm not really expressing an opinion. Like, it's not really even a preference. Like, I'm not even describing, like, it's sort of...
Whoa, hold it right there, Nigel. Oh, somebody just resubscribed to the channel. How many months is it?
8 million!
No kidding, that is a lot of months. Thank you so much from both of us. Thank you so much. What do you say, Nigel?
8 million?
Exactly,
more like 8 billion.
Exactly my thoughts, exactly. Thank you so much.
That's how huge the time has been. It's been that huge. Here's mate, thank you so much for the 8 billion millions, mate. These tears will never stop, bro. Hey, keep on crying, keep on letting it out. Keep on letting it out, baby. Keep on letting it out. What was I saying? Yeah. I just don't think it's as pointed as a to each their own, because I do like the game. I just play it in a different way. So I feel like that phrase more comes into play when, like, if I said I hated it. Though I guess it doesn't necessarily have to, but I think there's got to be more. It's got to be more divergent. It's got to be like, oh, you love it, I hate it. I feel like, oh, I sort of like it and you love it. That's sort of like we're basically on the same page. I'm just at the start and you're at the end of the page. Like, whereas otherwise, if I hated it, I'd be in a different book. Everything I say is all books now. It's all about books now, because I've got 3 books on my table. I've got 4 books. I've got a choose your own adventure over here. It's more on the fact you don't find interest in the streams you were commenting about. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, but yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, because I've described on a million billion occasion, on a million billion occasions that gameplay streams have absolutely no value to me. So, yeah. No, that's definitely the case. Gameplay streamers are boring as fuck, my dude. Instant mute, instant alt tab. I'm done. Close it. Finished. It's boring. They have to have a personality, man. If they don't have a personality, I don't think anybody should be watching it, to be honest. It's like when your parents ask, "Why are you watching that guy play the game?" And you're like, "Oh, they're really good at it." "Oh, why don't you just play the game?" I'm like, yeah, I agree. If they're at least funny, if they're at least, something else, if they've got a little bit of something to say, they hit some topics of the day, Sometimes if someone is too good, you watch the science. Yeah, but how long can you watch Shroud for? Like, you watch the 60-second clip of him doing, like, a flick, and then that's it. You don't need to watch him for 19 hours every day. Like, there's no point. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's not, like... He has some sick plays. Like, it's the same. It makes no difference, really. I was thinking last week at this point you were being way fantastic with the big content, but kept it. What's your plans on Twitch in real life? I don't know. There's an opportunity like that might occur next week for me, and then maybe my life will start then. So. I don't know. Streaming wise, I have no clue. It's just like studying if you're looking to be competitive. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the only problem like I have when people talk about studying and I watched the streams, oh, they're really good, is that the person who's watching the stream is fucking dense. And they don't know at all what they're looking for. Like, even if the guy, step by step, explains everything that they are doing, every single thing. Oh, my Facebook like. Oh, I'm in a game. Like, you know what I mean? That's like 99% of people who watch somebody who's good are saying that they're doing it to learn. Like, none of that ever affects them because they're not actually trying to get better. They're just pretending, sort of as a justification to watch the content that they might not necessarily be enjoying to the fullest. Or at least they're not admitting to themselves why they like it. Like, you can watch it, it's fine. That's completely fine because it's exciting. You're like, what are they going to do next? But this whole like, oh, dude, when I started watching you, I was like bronze, and now I'm silver. Thanks. Whereas you probably just played the game so much that you just naturally on your own did that. It's not like you went fucking top of the tops. It's just something to think about. It's not really me judging them. It's more just that these people who do that stuff need to reflect a little bit more if that's actually the truth or not. That's what I think. It just need to reflect. Blech. Man, my throat is getting dry real quick. Just gotta reflect. If that's what you're doing, actually study them. Not just pretend to. And if you watch it because it's fun, well, then don't pretend it's because you're trying to learn. Because at that point, you're just maximizing your enjoyment of something. It's like with the music, where some people say the only way that you can enjoy music truly is if you listen to the music by itself. Like, you can't do anything else. If you do anything else, you're taking from... I personally don't believe that because I don't have the time to just sit down and listen to some fucking 67-minute prog album. Oh, yeah, I got 67 minutes. Okay. No, I don't have that time. So I usually do something else, but I try to make sure that the thing I'm doing is not requiring too much from me that I can't. At least some percentage focus on the music. They're often keen on where the meta is. I use the streams as sort of a cheat sheet so I don't have to take my time to test everything myself. I guess that's sort of the strength in those games. Is that there's a meta and you can sort of try to play towards that. The only thing you can't really learn is... like, it's sort of... You have to practice it. Is... like... pivoting your comp from one thing to the next. Like, I think that's something that as many times as you watch somebody do it, I don't think that you can pick that up. And that's something that's got to come from practice. And those other little things that distinguish between like a good player and the best, the greats. Like being able to tell, oh yeah, this has this trait, and then if I try to get these combined, I can get that trait as well. And then you see what's been taken in the pool, and then you're like, okay, I think that I can get this to level 2 in one spin, and oh, there it is, and then boom, and like that, like really high level. It's almost like blackjack, where oh, I think I'm gonna get this based on what's been played. Oh, counting the cards. Okay, what's coming up next? Hit me. Yep, there it is. A 3. Boom. That sort of shit. Although it's cool that the game has that sort of depth. Like, it has a lot of casual appeal, which is the level I'm on with that kind of game. But it's nice that it's got some depth for the people who want it. Paying attention. Mostly attack damage, yeah. Yeah, but that's just stuff that I think you've got to learn yourself. Like a streamer could say, oh yeah, you might want magic resist because your enemies are all magic damage or something. Oh yeah, never thought about that. But actually doing that sort of shit, I mean, you still gotta do it, is my point. You still gotta do it. You can throw a whole bunch of theory into your head, but you still need to do it. So what indie games are you looking to play? I don't know. All sorts of stuff. The only problem is I can't tell if they're too emotional to be streamed or not. Because I wouldn't mind crying on stream, but the bigger problem is, like, will I get to the point where I want to cry if I've been talking over the game the entire time? So probably wouldn't want to play those ones necessarily. I did cry on stream once. The VOD is still there. I turned my camera off. It was the gardens between, but you can't see anything because I turned my camera off before you can see me cry. So, boom, owned. You guys can't see me cry. Haha, haha. There's a VOD of me crying, but you can't actually see me cry. Haha, haha. Got you. There are a lot of VODs left over from previous eras. Lots of early 2018 stuff, I think. That was the last time I... Oh, that year was terrible, but that was different. That was... I didn't have any hope for the future back then. Because when you think of the timeline of 2017, it's like, oh, you know, streaming Tesl, 1,000 viewers. Sure, they're all AFKs, but holy moly, look at those numbers, and oh, this is gonna transition into something real. And then, oops, we killed the game. Oopsie doopsie. Oops. We made a bit of a mistake and killed the game, and then my channel just legit, it's so crazy. Like I was so relevant, and then I went to PAX, and I was at that point I was still using the previous username, and I didn't even like enjoy PAX to the fullest because I just didn't want to introduce myself as that name. And so when I came back, that's when I changed my username, and I suspect that that was probably one of the moments where people were like, who's this? Who's this? I've never read the first, it's like in the description, the second bubble. Hi, my name is Nigel. I don't know this Nigel guy. How come you want to be called Nigel all of a sudden? Hold on a moment. I didn't know you wanted to be called Nigel. Since when? What do you say killed the game? I don't know. They just didn't go big. They didn't go big enough. They didn't capitalize on what appeared to be advantages. Because the game seemed like pretty big at the start on that major release and whatever. It was like, what was it, 8,000 on the Steam charts or something. Like that's pretty serious considering that it's been at an eighth of that for like 3 years now, or whatever it is. But like, you'd have to analyze what happened at that point. I don't remember it, and I don't really care to remember it. But they seem to have a good run, a good couple of Steam release, boom, and then they had phone release, boom, that was pretty big, and then they sort of just fumbled it. I don't really remember what the order was, because Dark Brotherhood came before Skyrim, but what came after Skyrim? Nothing, right? Like there should have been something. Maybe they should have been a roadmap immediately that like these people who started playing, that they like fucking boomed them. Guys, in 4 months, 3 months, we're gonna have a new expansion. But I think there was a drought after Skyrim or something like that. Because there was nothing for a long time. They were too slow. Like that's all it comes down to, is they were just too sluggish with everything. There was too slow with the communication, too slow with the schedule, too slow with the balance changes, too slow. And then, like, there's a point at which it's too slow too many times, and it's goodbye, bye-bye. Hey, I'll try done. Get into Lords of Rune Terror. Yeah, I did. But I don't know if I want to go into another card game. Nah, Tesla's not uninstalled. It's still installed. I figured I got rid of the increasing potion, but I figured I might as well still have the uninstalled Tesl goal just hanging, looming over our heads. Just as a thing that's still there. You know how in every single horror movie, the ghost or the spirit or the entity is a metaphor for the memory of a loved one haunting you? Well, here in this haunted house, that's Tesl. It's just every single time. It's just scary. It's scary. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it would be interesting, like... Oh wait, somebody asked me how old I am. I'm 25. I just remembered that the question because now it's more relevant. I'm like, that's a square number, you know. That's a fifth, and then there's a decade and stuff like that, and you know, it's a good time to start a new second half. Oh yeah, maybe those first half of the 20s, mate, you're a bit of an incel, but fucking the second half, fucking hell yeah, ooh yeah, you gotta jump, you got a future, you got a sexy mamacita who you treat good and she treats you good too. Woo! Maybe that's what the maybe that's the second half of my 20s. I don't know. Maybe the second half of the 20s is like the first half of the 20s, except it's all sad because now it's the second half of the 20s. yeah. I thought it was gonna be all mamacitas and money, but it's just not so funny. Go get your future. Thanks, bruh. I'm gonna go grab it. I'm gonna grab the future by the horns, and I'm gonna ride it till I get thrown off. Yeah. Awesome. Oh yeah. Look, maybe my past will haunt me. It's entirely possible, right? It's entirely possible that the past, that these videos, that my YouTube videos, my likes, comments, and subscribes will haunt me. That people will see them and they will judge me harshly. Oh no. Oh no, I don't quite like the time that you did a dance and told chat to flip off. That, my friend, is going to cost you your future. No. No. I'm going to get so close. I'm going to be so close to getting my future. So close. I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Ah. Just slip out of my hands. Because of a video. A really, really controversial video from 2017 to 19 about me saying something about, oh, who knows what. Because that's the thing, you know, sometimes you hope, oh, but, you know, people who are looking at that stuff are pretty intelligent, you know, they can tell what's a joke, they can tell what's not a joke. Well, unfortunately, that's where the problem lies, is that people have said, and I mean, even the Academy has given me a bit of a nod, that my acting ability is just simply, it's too much. It's too much acting ability. It seems real. Everything I say is just, it's too real. They'll watch the videos and they'll be like, this is real. We can't have this guy swinging a plastic sword in the name of Jesus and anime, because that's real. There's even a clip of me saying that I'm a weeb or something. Like, oh, hell. That's probably real too. It's probably clipped way out of context, but the original video doesn't exist and the clip's the only thing that exists and it doesn't matter now. What's wrong with being a weeb? Dude, we're talking about high-powered executives who are 30 years old, who when they type in, oh, what's this guy? Oh, we're considering giving this guy, Nigel, 150k a year to do this job for us. Let's do a bit of a background search. What's this video? He's calling himself a weeb. Alright, what's a weeb? Oh, it's this thing where there's this young girl and there's an octopus and yeah, I don't think we're gonna give him a chance. He's got a great resume, but I mean, what if he brings in an octopus to the office and oh no. Are you trying to bury evidence? No. Nah. Nah. Backups. I'm sure you do. Nah. Nah. I ain't doing nothing. Isn't weeb just someone who loves anime? I think it's a bit more than that. I think it's more than just anime. It might even be other things too. It might be, but I'm not sure. You can never tell these days. All issues are very multifaceted. Multifaceted. Hop! 49 minutes. Yeah, I figured I'd just pop up. For a little bit, you know, talk a bit. Put some of these, oi. some of these synthwave mixes on because Nightbot doesn't work again for some reason. This time it just shows up and it's blank. It's blank. I don't understand how that's possible, but okay.
Platinum 3. Nice, dude. Nice, dude. But while you're climbing up the ranks, remember to smell the roses, because, hey, it's the journey that counts, you know? Remember, it's the journey. It's the journey that counts. Remember, look around, you know? Look around. Remember the place. Remember how it felt. Before you move on up. Move on up.
What is this lingo? I've never heard these concepts before. Are you a machine that can make smoothies? No, I'm not a machine that makes smoothies. I'm on the Oceanic server. Because I need my skins, bruv. I need my skins. I need my skins, mate. Sure, they don't apply in the game mode, but still. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I played League for many years, but no longer. It's rather curious how it goes that that you know life one game after another. There's always one game that's in your no life category. And I just went from one to another. Season 2, yeah. The best part is, I watched so many of those tournament games that when I actually, I was like, oh, I'll play a game. Yeah, I'll play one. And, I just kept trying to zoom out the camera. It was too close. I just wanted that super zoom one where you can see halfway up the river. You can see the whole lane and when you're in the mid lane, you see both towers on the same screen. I'm like, how did I play this? You can't see anything. Just let me zoom out a little bit. Just a little bit. It's too close. Rotate the camera. I don't think I've ever heard that suggestion before. Rotate the camera. Some skill shots are longer than the damn screen. Yeah. It's funny, there are some things that I haven't lost the skill, but it's probably also because I'm playing against significantly worse players. I just play Blitzcrank and those sorts of high risk, high reward skill shots. That was my thing, that was my big because I was a bit of a support player, and those were the ones. That's what I was. That's what I like to do. Yeah, support mode. Support. Yordles. Lulu. Oh my god. Dude. That's like even worse than saying you're a weeb if you're into yordles. Jeez, dude. Gross. Gross. Just to me. Oh, it's too late. It's too late. Next time you go in for a 150k a year job, they'll have that log. They'll be like, "What's a yordle?" Ah! You donezo, yeah. Hopefully, when they come around sniffing out my business, maybe I can send them your way, because in the totem pole, I would say that yordles are probably worse than weebs. So maybe if they try to find that weeb clip, just head out the other way. So let me have a look at my channel analytics. How many days this month did I stream? Probably not many, I would imagine. 19. Really? What the hell? How? How? What? How? Last month was 20, barely any better. I don't believe that. Oh, maybe it is true. What the hell? What the hell? Is this true and real? Wow, 26 in October. That's almost every single day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shit, okay. It is true. November, I didn't for 10. Didn't for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, I did stream most of the first 2 weeks of this month. Anyway. Weeb and play yordles. See, maybe there's somebody looking out. Maybe the chosen one. They're looking for somebody who's both into yordles and is a weeb. Maybe. Somebody could write a beautiful story. Heartfelt story. About all that stuff. About how they were on the fringes of society. That they were hated and misunderstood. But there was a special society made up of people just like you. And you save the world, and at the end the world's like, you know what? On behalf, the president of the universe says, on behalf of the universe, I'd like to apologize to all the weebs and the yordle lovers. We didn't understand you, but now we know that you're the good guys. Really, really long handshake. I don't even know if this is a handshake. My wrist started clicking like halfway through. Too intense. So now we're an hour into the stream, so I need to take a little bit of a lie down, a little bit of a rest, you know, just to recuperate some energy. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. What a year, huh? What a year. Initially, I started this year. I had a casual position, and then instead of going from one job to another job, I decided to stream Tesl again. I was a normal person for a little bit there. I had a job. I went outside. But no, that's not the life for me. Corporate drone? No, it wasn't corporate, it was retail. But just wasn't the life for me, you know. I had to put that aside. I had to say, no, I gotta stream Tesla. I gotta do it 10 hours a day. I gotta, you know, make a name for myself, you know. And I did, because there was that point. I came into it, I was nobody. I was a has-been. I was best known for Tesla famous days, and then miraculously, I'm not sure how long, a couple months into it, I became the greatest of all time. It surprised me as much as it surprised everybody else. That it's just the whole time I've seemed so middling, you know. I was so 5 out of 10, and no, everybody wrote me off as like, who's this guy? Why can't he just give up, you know? Why can't he just give up? And huge. I mean, incredible stuff. I'm really glad that I went through and collected all those clips and those highlights and stuff like that, because it's going to be nice to have some sort of remnant of that time. It's going to be nice. Look back and say, delightful. It wouldn't be so bad if I got a new viral clip. That's what I need. I need a viral clip. It needs to be on Reddit. That's what I need. I'll have to think on it. It's got to be one of those clips, in the depths of just chatting, and I'll be like, and then they'll just be posted up there, 10,000 views overnight. 10,000. It'll be brilliant. Like, this guy is insane. How does this guy not have 100k viewers? This guy is hilarious. Look at him go. This guy has got a crazy dance. Look at this guy. This is exactly the kind of behavior and the kind of content we need on this channel. And then my clip will get posted within the greater debate You know, people people will be saying,
no, we don't need people who are just selling sex appeal. We need more content like that Nigel.
and then I'll be posted up as some sort of alt-right hero or something like that. This is the face of misogyny. This is the face of sexism. It's all gonna get out of hand. My video will go from 10,000 views to 200,000 views. Everybody will be like, oh, just hate watching my video. This is problematic. This is problematic, and I'll tell you how. And they'll go frame by frame, zoom and enhance. And then, before you know it, I'll have to go into witness protection because there'll be threats upon my life. That, hey, at least I had that viral clip, 200,000 views, uprooted my whole life. But, it was worth it. It was worth it. Sounds like a wild ride, hey. It is. It's exactly what I wanted, they always say, be careful what you wish for. That's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. Yep. Alright, so I don't know if there's anything else that I want to talk about. I'm not quite sure. Because I just wanted to do a quick one. A little quick one, just to check in. Just to say, hey, I'm still here. I'm alright. Hey, I'm alright. I'm not sure. It's good to see you. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's good to be here, mate. It's good to be here. Thanks, mate. Thanks. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions about moving forwards. I don't have all the answers. I have to admit that. But if you want to, maybe you've asked already and I didn't answer it satisfactorily, you can ask me again. Because I'll leave this VOD up. And then, when do you plan on streaming in the future? I don't know, I was thinking the 1st. I was thinking the 1st, to be honest. 1st of January. I just pick something. I think I was overthinking it. I was like, oh, the first game that I pick it's gotta be the right one. It's gotta be sending the right message. But I don't think it really matters. I think I should just pick something, and I know I'm already like I'm trying to be above it. I'm like, just pick something. Yeah, it's easy. And I'm still like, I don't know. Is it this? Is it that? Is it this one? Is it that one? It'd just be anything really. I'll just pick something. I think what's more important is just to show up, honestly. I just need to do it. I'm stressed now. I wasn't thinking about being stressed, but now I am, now that you mention it. I think I might play this game. If I can capture it, I think I'll play this. I think I found it. It's a really good metaphor. I think the game that I've just selected, because it makes reference to the trajectory of this stream in a very sort of self-aware, acidic way. Plus, I actually really like the game, to be honest. I think it's really funny. I think it's really fun. No, it's not Tesl. No, that would be a good twist. I go through all of this and just show up on Monday morning. Just like nothing's happened. Hey, boys! I won't tell you what it is. I won't tell you. I'll just show up. I mean, I think that's the other thing that's going to happen is that the stream lengths are going to be shorter, and I think that's going to be quite okay. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to tune in, I suspect, if it's shorter. I would say, maybe back to like what were the 2018 hours. It was like 3, sometimes it was 2.5, sometimes it was 4, sort of within that ballpark. And unless it's going, like, maybe it's going fantastically. For some reason, I find this one indie game that has no viewers, and then I end up having lots of viewers, and that's so exciting. The possibility of like actually finding success in places that are unexpected, right? Because I've been coasting along for so long. Like Tesla was just the comfort pick, where I get 40, 50 viewers who don't even want to watch me. But I get that number, and it's like, oh, phew, at least I'm not irrelevant, phew, at least I'm not irrelevant, hee. And then I can feel good about myself. But I think there's got to be a point where, having a consistent schedule. I've had a consistent schedule for like the whole year. The times that I've started have more or less been within the same hour. I know that's quite a big ballpark. It's not on the minute, but it's been within... mainly been within an hour, although maybe it's different because of the time zone changes, and so it's probably like 2 hours or like 16 hours late all of a sudden because of the clocks. I would imagine that it's probably going to be within that same hour, plus or minus. I imagine. I don't know. I'll have to see. It's too hard to say. Too hard to say. I mean, I'm pretty much going to have to relearn streaming from the ground up because I'll be playing games that require more focus, more attention from me, but there's no reason why I can't just pause and just stop playing the game. Like, that's the one thing I'm going to have to learn is just, I can take a break here. That's fine. We can have this little discussion. I'll find a nice little place to stop my character, stare off into the sunset, and then I'll just talk, That's the one thing that I've got to figure out because I know in the past that I'll be trying to say something like not very complicated, but something that I want to word in a certain way, and because I keep playing, I just can't find the words. I keep stumbling, and this like one sentence turns into this 15-minute discussion, which is not terrible. It's not terrible. That's keeps me engaged, but yeah, trying to be more precise and concise with my wordage. But I feel like that's the one thing that sort of improved over this year is I think I think the persona that I want to be on this stream has sort of been figured out. And I think that I've probably eliminated a lot of the ums and ahs and likes from my speech. A lot of them, not all of them, because sometimes you got to throw down a good like, you know, whatever. The only thing that I've tripled down on is repeating things twice. It's too good. It's too good. I can't help it. It's just too good. I'm basically subtitling my punchlines, just in case you missed them the first time around, so that maybe you hear it immediately afterwards. I say a lot when I talk. It's hard not to. It's interesting. I think you just need a pause, like this. you involve that face. It makes you look like you're going to sneeze, but you're trying. The person should, by context, figure it out. It's called... You say less if you stop to think about your words before you speak. Yeah, but you have to stop. That's the thing. The is just the placeholder for the rest of your sentence. I didn't even intend that. I just did it. I didn't even intend it. I didn't. It just came out perfectly. I use... What? You say fully? Stopping can feel awkward mid-conversation. I mean, that's part of it, isn't it? You gotta not feel awkward. I think that's one of the problems. I'm a little bit oblivious to awkward situations. Like, I might be actively awkward, but I won't notice it, and I'll just power on because I assume that we're friends. I assume that we're best buddies. Don't stop in the middle of a sentence. You think before you begin your sentence. Well, still, you might want to give your other person indication that you're going to answer with an yeah, oh. It's always like that. So, what do you think of it? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, sharp breath. A bit of a lip smack. A little bit of a teeth suck. A little bit of exploring your teeth with your tongue. See, the thing is that when you have so much inborn wit, such as myself, there's no time. There's no time. The speech must begin now. It must begin now. I've already got 3 punchlines. I got 3 punchlines. I don't even know that I have 3 punchlines. I don't know. Maybe I'll pick one. I don't know how it works. All right, conversation's over. It's too late. I get that's it. I suppose is that You feel like you need to start talking immediately, but only people with incredible wit can find their way through. Oh, I just ummed. I just heard. I just When I had this phone call, and I was super nervous about it, and then when I got into the phone call, it all worked fine, and it's just so weird. I don't know why, but you think, oh, there's going to be some sort of question that I'm not going to be able to answer. I'm going to stumble and I'm going to fumble. And I'm going to fall over and it's going to suck. But it was okay. It was completely fine. It was completely alright. Fear of the unknown. Because you're a god. Nah, bruv. I mean, that's nice of you to say, but that's not true. That's not true. I'm flawed. I'm flawed as Shrek. It's true. It's true. It is. It's true. And I can admit it. I can and I will admit it. I have admitted it. Didn't say a perfect, just a god. Okay. Oh, okay. That changes everything then, I suppose. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Alright. So, do we have any more topics that we need to cover on today's surprise episode? Sothacil. Sothacilly. That's me. Any major topics? If you've tuned in today, thanks. I do really appreciate that because I had the fear. I thought it was all over. So please don't let it be over yet. Just let me hold on to my relevance for a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Long enough to go viral. Doing for New Year's Eve? I don't know. I'm probably just going to stay at home. Probably just going to stay at home and, you know. Because this year's not over yet. I'm not a new person just yet. I'm still the same guy. It's not the new version yet. Not version 20.20. Is now a pirate. What? What am I supposed to do with this topic? What did you think I was going to do with this? Huh? Huh? Play Atlas. Why don't I play Atlas? With you! What? play this Yang 2020 Path to Presidency. Oh my god. Oh, it's a fighting game? What the hell? What the hell? $9.95. There are no reviews for this product. I see. I see. Your message wasn't posted due to conflicts with the channel's moderation settings. Let's have a look. What words are banned currently? Oh, yeah, these emotes are pretty mean. Resident Sleeper and What Face. They're both mean emotes. Because they're always used against me, and I'm so tired of it. Because I'll always do a clownish gag, and somebody will do What Face. I'm like, you should be amazed. You should be excited. You can't. Like, it's always Resident Sleeper or What Face in a situation where it should be something else. It should be an emote that's amazed. Just, wow. What? Yeah, exactly. Like that one. Like PogChamp. What? Is that propaganda still going? Is that Trump propaganda machine still going? I swear. I mean, maybe that's not the kind of thing that a president should say, but I know that I had buddies, you know, a bunch of horned up teens back in the day, you know, when you go with the boys, they always say, you know, we'll go to the cinema, and one of them would say, oh yeah, I'd give it to her, you know. It's fucking maybe not this kind of thing that maybe not the kind of thing your president should be saying, but you know, for a horned up teen, like watching what did we even watch? Dude, I don't even remember what the movies we watched, but all of them had somebody attractive in it. Oh, she can get it. It was always on that level. I mean, listen, I don't condone that kind of behaviour, boys. I don't condone that kind of behaviour. So you gotta treat people with respect. But if you're a horned up teenager and you're in the movie cinema with the rest of your boys, you know, and you're staring up at the screen at something. Didn't I think the guy who said that ended up being like a priest. I don't know. On the redemption story. From horned up teen. Anyway, she could get it. Respectfully, that's right. That's what you gotta be respectful. She could get it if she asked for it. If she wanted, in a sober state of mind, I would provide it. Emote I see in your list. What list? I don't know. I don't have anything to do with that guy at all. Absolutely nothing to do with that guy. Which one are you referring to? Because I have you know that I was love. I don't think so. I mean, I wasn't gonna call it Nigel Hart. It's Ha with love hearts on the glasses. He used to have his camera like pink. Yeah. I don't think that guy's got ownership of anything in the grand scheme of things. When it comes to really anything in terms of originality or anything like that. Yeah, no, I don't nod to him, no. Yeah, no, I remember being included in one of his tweets, and I sort of cringed, honestly. I was like, please don't. To myself, I don't start stuff, but I sort of just cringed. I'm like, I don't want to be included in this discussion. I'll find the tweet, because I don't have many tweets. I don't have many notifications because I haven't been doing anything in a long time. Here it says, oh yeah, thumbs up to all of these people. Oh yeah, here, thanks for dropping by on our channel, CVH, and providing us with codes without begging for them, and thanks for asking what's up in general. We don't do much for Tesl. And then he then said thumbs up to all the people who are the top Tesl streamers. It was just... Because I probably said stuff like that a million times ago, but I said it with, you know, a little bit of charisma. I said it with a little bit of zing, a bit of a zest. You know, it was more about the delivery than the idea. And then here, just sort of posted acidically, just, you know, it's too straightforward. This, and then to include everybody, and it's just a thumbs up. No, thanks. No, thank you. No, thank you. So no, the emote has absolutely nothing to do with that individual. Nothing to do with that individual. It's just a tier 2 emote that indicates the sort of vibe a tier 2 sub would be possibly having, which is love towards me, perhaps. Just it's more or less a recolor. It's like a chroma. It's a chroma. Sweet and juicy Twitch drama. It's too late, mate. It's too late for that. What? How do you... Oh... Bro... Absolute mad lad. Share it. Share it, bro. Oh my god, dude. We need to celebrate this one. I gotta pop this one in the chat. I don't know where that button is to share it with the chat. Oh man. Close out the year on a big note. Here, mate, how you doing?
Whoa, hold it right there, Nigel. Somebody just resubscribed to the channel. How many months is it?
It's 3 million.
No kidding. That is a lot of months.
But-
Thank you so much from both of us.
But-
Thank you so much. What did you say, Nigel, mate?
It's tier 2.
Yeah, exactly.
I was supposed to do.
Exactly my thoughts. Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the tier 2, mate. That's enormous. That's huge. I do really appreciate that. I was actually supposed to record a special notification on the case that there's a tier 2, and I didn't do it. So, I don't know if I'm going to, because I always forget. But thank you so much. Let's get some mad emotes in the chat. Huge tier 2 subscription. Huge tier 2. Enormous. I do really appreciate that. Unreal. You're actually the first person to use love. That's not me. Actually the first one. So, hey. Enjoy. What else can I say? Enjoy. Yeah, no, because I made it, like, I had a tier 2, and I made the emote, thinking like, oh, okay, well, this is the point where I should, do it. And they just stopped subbing. they went from tier 2 to just not coming around anymore, or something, and, they just missed out. They didn't use it, so it's just the way it goes. So what are you gonna do now? Tesl is ripped. Well, I mean, initially I was just gonna keep playing it. Initially, but I changed my mind. I just. It's time. It was time to close the book. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Kipoka never actually finished it, which is terrible. Which is really terrible. That bird game. Cool. Oh. Goose game. Goose game. Goose gang. That's the one. I'll play that at some point. Put it on the list. Goose game. Dude, lighten up. Read the room. We are Goose Game on the list. We are celebrating a huge tier 2. We're in good vibes here. We're in good vibes. If you have got some problems in your life, feel free to talk to us about it. We'll try to sort it out. Maybe. I'm not sure if we can. But if not, seek help. Right. Watch Gordo and play that jumping game. Jump King. I wanna be the Boshi. Getting over it. Jump King. All at the same time. 3 games at the same time. Whew. All of them. Oh, yeah. All of them. I did start Celeste. I didn't finish it though. I got some point through. I think just as it was getting really tough. Listen, Pratz, I'm still here. Tell him that. Not us. Exactly. I'm right here, mate. Bloody hell. What's this picture? Oh no. Oh no, they're eating eggs. They're eating eggs. Nigel was funny. Alright, fine. I'll be over here. Just unfortunately. Oh my god. I'll just be out here on the edge of the camera. Oh. Oh, come back. It's... Hey. I'm back. I love that guy. Shame he died. Oh my god. Man. I'll tell you what. It's time for a big speech. It's time for a big speech, boys. Inception theme. Time. Get to the good part. Get to the good part. Get to the good part. Where does the song stop? Boys, we will look back on today and we will laugh. We will cry. And we will remark how far we have come. For it wasn't easy. It took blood, sweat and tears. It took everything we had. And we made it. We made it. Stop this. So, yeah. We made it, boys. We made it. We made it. We made it. They said we wouldn't make it. They doubted us every single step of the way. And there were lots of steps on the way. But we made it. And they can't stop us. We're simply too high. If they want to take us down, if they want to drag us down, they'd have to make it all the way up. And once they got here at the top, they would realize what it is that we have done, what it is they have done. And they wouldn't want to take us down anymore. They'd raise us even higher. They would thank us for opening their eyes. For allowing them to see for the first time what it is they have been blind to. What they have not been opening themselves up to. All right. Inception is my favorite movie, actually. It's funny that you say that, because Love Actually is my favorite movie, actually. And now that I've said it, you're probably thinking back. You're thinking, that's right. Every single gag, every single emotion, every single character that Nigel has portrayed in the last 3 years, if you watched Love Actually, they'd all be there. He's done nothing original in his entire life. He's just been rearranging the characters and saying what those characters would say backwards, forwards, combining them upside down. Ah, unreal. How did you not notice? How did you not notice? No, I'm kidding. I don't have any favorites. I don't have favorite anythings. Except for colors. Except for colors, because when it comes to colors, it's orange. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel so strongly towards the orange. Is it because of this man's hair? Nigel Thornberry. Is it because my hairband is orange? Is it because the pick of destiny is orange? I don't know. I've never seen it. Oh, it's definitely worth... I'm a redhead. I see. How about that? I don't really understand. I don't really understand the ginger hate, to be honest. I always thought maybe I'm a little bit biased because of, for some reason, I like the color orange and stuff like that. But I never understood it. I always thought that was pointless. Bunch of cuties. Bunch of cuties, if you ask me. I'm not about body positivity or anything like that, but I'm not here to give messages of hope. I'm not here to give messages of hope, of peace, of understanding. That's not my job. But if you are ginger, stand tall. Taller than tall. Allow yourself to be huge. Nobody should ever make you feel less than. Cease. Blonde at 5, orange at 12, brown at 18. Now it's close to black. Wow. How did that happen? Was that good? Sign me up for one ginger alternative cutie. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I just need to sit down a little bit. Oh yeah. What's this? There's an orange dust cloth here. Is that coincidence? I think not. Aye. Oh. Yes. Yeah, I think it is actually. I actually think it's a coincidence too. Alright, is there anything else we need to talk about? Is there anything else? Any pressing matters? Don't know if we have any new viewers here today. Welcome, welcome. But I do want to say thanks to everybody who's tuned in one more time, because it's all an adventure. This new book of my streaming career. I don't know what it's about, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Wait. You tell us. I don't know. I don't know. You better be back next year. Nah, it's just the twist. That's the twist. The new book of my streaming career is completely empty. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw it coming. Oh man. You look like those salarymen who have midlife crisis because the company laid them off.
I was working at the Tesl mine.
Hold on. Hold on.
Well, they blew up the chicken man in Philly last night. Now they blew up his house.
I was working at the Tesl mine, the Tesl factory for 3 years, and then they laid me off, man.
Now there's trouble, but
I gave them my life. I gave them my heart. I gave them the best years of my life. Now what do I gotta show?
out on the promenade and the gambling
Nothing.
is hanging on by the skin of its
Nothing but a bad back, regret, and a broken heart.
Maybe everything that dies someday comes back. Put your makeup on, fix your hair pretty, and meet me tonight.
Company shut down. Instead of laid off, yeah. Tesla, they didn't deserve you. Why wouldn't Tesla love me? I loved it so much. I changed for it. I dressed myself in perverse outfits. But nothing was ever good enough. But no more. No more. Now I will be my own person. No more second place. No more thinking about Tesla and not about myself. Oh. Didn't love themselves, they couldn't love you. That's that's it. That's the main problem the game had. How could it love anybody else if it didn't love itself? Sad, really. What can you do? What can you do? No, I think Bethesda's still going, unfortunately, but Would have been too good to be true, mate. Bup, 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 bup. If only. If only the indies could inherit the earth. As long as they make sure to not make the same mistakes, to not get too big for their britches, to remember who made them. Indie music. Yeah, I mean, I quite like some of the genre indie music, indie rock and whatever. I like some of that stuff, but in the grander scheme of things, I quite like. I mean, most music that's independent is good. The most rock and roll, most metal, you know, most at some point they're independent, you know, but maybe not anymore. Who knows? I'm not sure. Self-released. I think a lot of bands are getting picked up now, but I don't know. I guess there are some bands as well who are considered indie because they're independent. They get so big that they release their own music, and in a way that makes them independent. Anyway, remember who made the britches, of course. You gotta remember. You gotta remember. Alright. I think I might ask for the last time today, are there any more topics to cover? Because I'm getting a little bit sweaty. I think it's getting too hot now. We're moving into the middle of the day, and I'm actually starting to sweat a little. So, so yeah. I mean, I might show up tomorrow as well for another little short talky session. Maybe. What day is it? Oh, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday tomorrow. Oh. Good luck with the retirement. I enjoyed the test streams. Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks. Thanks, mate. Thanks for putting up with me, mate. Yeah, thanks, mate. Tomorrow is Monday. What? You're like I'm a day ahead, mate. I'm a day ahead of the competition. They always wondered how is he so visionary? I'm just a day ahead, you know. Even if somebody comes up with something a day ago, I'll get credit for it because I'll bring it over into the future. It's just the way it goes. Oh man. Yeah. Whew. So, definitely, we know one game on the list. Goose Game. Definitely. That one has to be on the list. Gotta be. What else have we got? So I know the game that I want to start. I know the one. I already know it. It's here on my list. It's installed, updated, ready to go. I know the game I want to start the year with. Even though I've played quite a bit of it already. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't want to lock it in. Maybe I'll pick something else. I do like the idea of it. The metaphorical element of it just seems so good. The metaphorical. We've got horror games here too. All sorts of stuff. I don't know. I think what's going to happen essentially is that I'll give something a go, and then maybe it won't work, and maybe I'll just like move on to the next one, sort of thing. That and then like if something seems to be, you know, if we seem to be hitting it off, then keep going with it a bit longer. I think some games will be so short that it'll be just like 2 episodes anyway, so I might as well just sort of shift towards I'll just play it through. sort of thing. Just, oh, the game's like 3 hours long and you stream for 2 hours and 45. Why don't you just finish it? Something like that. Oh, the game's 5 hours long. It's 2 sessions, mate. All right, fair enough. I'll do it. I mean, I haven't done variety. I don't like variety. Just seems such a weird way to describe it. Like, I know that's the way that's what it's called, but I don't even know what my point is. I don't even know what I was gonna say. Oh, it was probably something along the lines of, like, if you play one game for a decent while, like say you play a game for a month or 2 months, you get stuck in the game, like, you're not really doing variety at that point. You're sort of making a temporary home. But I guess if the game's so short, you can't really be like, oh, the game, I played it through 2 days, and then yeah, that was my home. I'm not a variety streamer because that implies too much jumping around. No, I pick a game and then I finish it to the end and then I play a different game. So what you're trying to say is that you play variety games? No, yeah. Yeah. Indie streamer. I'm going to have to get signed on with Devolver. Oh yeah, indie. Yeah. Yeah, that's the name, indie streamer. I'm an independent streamer. Game for one day, then find a Reddit and write a big quitting post. Ooh. Sounds pretty good. Dead game variety. Shut your mouth. I mean, dead by which standards? If it's by Twitch standards, everything is a dead game. Unfortunately. They're all bad. They're all finished. They're all donezo. It's actually so funny. Sometimes I'll open up Twitch and in the recommended categories, Tesl won't even show up. I assume because it just doesn't have enough viewers or something like that. Or maybe just because I don't watch the stuff. I mean, there's nothing to watch anyway, but it's so easy not to think about it. Like, it spent so much time with it. If it doesn't appear like in the recommended, you don't even think about it. It's just crazy. But I think that's more just a test. I don't want to get too sentimental, boys. But I think it's more of a testament that the thing that I miss is not the game, but the friends I made along the way. Do you watch Twitch in your free time? Sometimes. Sometimes. Chrome asked translate page because everyone was Russian. Yeah, I want to see this. Like again, I saw my analytics, and it really threw me, honestly. Like, I'm looking at this stuff here. Which channels have views in common with mine? Oh, 76% to 59%. Like, that's too high. That's too high. I assume that there might still be some overlap. Maybe, but I don't know how much. I would like to see this go down, though. Honestly, I'd like to see some new channels on here. Some that I don't even know. But I mean, 76 shared with the channel, just it's too high. I mean, but that's the thing, right? Like I always said it. I always said it. That was my big takeaway, is that I stream for this 24%. So here it says which channels have viewers in common with mine over the last 30 days. So the top 5, it only shows you 5 channels, and the amount of shared viewers is 76%, and then the lowest is 59%. And I mean, I don't know how this is going to evolve, but like this smallest percent here, I've always said, is that's the one that I'm streaming for. The one that's not shared. Those are essentially the Tesl haters. The Tesl haters. Fallout 76. Every time. Oh, 76% shared, 76% stream. Don't do that, it'll kill you. What will? Being a Fallout 76 streamer. Why not? I could easily be the best in the scene. I could be the best in the scene. No, I don't know. I don't know. It could be funny for a bit, but what are the channels? I don't want to say. I don't want to say what they are. I just want the list to slowly evaporate and then, you know. What's wrong with being gay, huh? Can you give a clue? Alright. So, I'll give you a clue. At 60%, which is 4th most shared, I'll give you a clue. 60%, 4th most shared. So not number 1, 4th is it's Ian. Okay, I just said it. That wasn't. I thought that was being clever, but it's I just straight up said it. So that's 60%. He doesn't even stream. But I imagine that some of you guys, probably watch him anyway, so that's fine. He's cool. He gets a pass. Yeah, it's completely Tesla streamers. So this is the one that really bothers me. This Ventox, 70% shared. So this person who doesn't even talk, at all. I've never watched their channel. I'm basing everything off what people have told me. British teen bot. Yeah, I've heard some wild stories about it, but I don't know if they're true or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, 70% shared with somebody who, I mean, content-wise, I mean, it just couldn't be more opposite. It just, like, that, like, I've never said who was on this list, right? But that one example of I supposedly having 70% shared viewers with that channel, like, what, if you wondered, why does this bother me? Why? Finding out that 70% of my viewers want to watch something that I'm not sure if there's anything to watch there. It's like somebody in rank 9, no talking stream, like, I don't think that my real viewers would be interested in something like that. So those are the two examples. So I mean, it's not going to take long because this is only the last 30 days, and I imagine that it's just going to slowly reduce. Actually, no, I think it's going to reduce very quickly because there's going to be a point at which 30 days, like, I didn't stream that game for 30 days, and then that's it. Like, immediately the percentage is just going to go. He doesn't have much viewers though. How can you share 70%? Because I don't have many viewers. That's the thing. Like, of my, like, if I have 80 viewers, there are actually only like 15 real people there. Like, that's the thing. Stand-up comedy but harder because you can't do crowd work. I don't know what you're talking about. If you interact with your chat, that's it. It's not view bots. It's just farmers. Farmers. I mean, I don't know if they're farmers, but it might. I can't tell. The percentage just, the number of people, just seems too high. Honestly, it just. Like, I don't know if it's for drops. I've always assumed it was for drops, but I remember I opened up Twitch and Link was streaming and he had like 50 viewers or something like that. And normally, or at least a month ago, he would have had like 150 or whatever. I don't know. But it's just, yeah. I don't know. It's just, the whole scene is just smaller. Smaller and smaller. Smaller and slimmer. But I don't need to worry myself with that stuff anymore. Don't need to worry myself. It's all good. I don't need to worry about it. Don't need to think about it anymore. The path I carve is my own. But yeah, I'll keep you all posted on these percentages as they get lower and lower. So I wonder what it's going to go down to. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I'm just listening to these mixes because I couldn't open up Nightbot. For some reason, it was just completely blank when I opened it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I also don't want. I mean, usually these synth songs don't get muted. It's all indie music, more or less. And I was like, I want to keep this VOD. You know, I want to keep this VOD, mate, for a little bit. Yeah, some pretty good stuff here, mate. Pretty good. Some of the most smoothie content I've made in millenniums. Synth artists, yeah, it's tough business. Tough business. Tough, man. Because, like, with music, there's no opportunity for the musician, like, outside of being alive. Like, they can't say, hey there, don't forget to use your Twitch Prime. Like, they don't have that opportunity. So you just listen to the album 1,000 times over, and you're like, yep, that's great. And they don't have an opportunity to say, hey guys, if you like the music, don't forget to support me. Hey. And before you know it, they're broke, out on their ass. It's finished. Ding. Ding ding. Atlantic City. Bruce Springsteen. Nebraska album. Got a nap for work, and I will catch you tomorrow. I have no idea what's going to happen, to be honest, mate. I don't know. We'll see how we go. I don't want to promise anything because it's going to be very much, if I feel like showing up, I will. If I don't feel like it, I won't. It's going to be a bit unpredictable. Like, it should be time-wise, I think it would be around the same time. But whether or not I'm there, that's... who knows? That's the best I can do right now. That's the best I can say. But, yeah, no, seriously, thanks so much for the tier 2. Thanks again, mate. Haircut time and found job. You don't need to take haircuts in civilized society. They're just like, oh, just put in a ponytail. You don't need a haircut. You don't need one. All the best, mate. I think maybe that's it for today. Maybe. I think maybe I'll pack it up. Because I'm a bit hungry, I'm a bit thirsty, I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit sweaty, I'm a bit... Hey, it's everything. Everything happening. I see, Ultra, mate. Yeah, thanks again for hanging out, guys. Dan, mate. Always a pleasure. Not too ill. Well, I mean, it's been... the worst has passed, so... I'm still a bit. My nose is a bit blocked a little bit. My ears are blocked a little bit, but, you know, it's almost finished. Mate, all the best, mate. All the best. Alright, hey, thank you all so much for hanging out. I do really, really appreciate it. I don't know what the future holds for this, I was going to say channel, but it's more than a channel. It's a family. It's a family. It's a franchise. Yeah. It's a brand. Yeah. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see. But thank you so much for joining me on the journey thus far. Do really appreciate it. All that is left to say is all the best, all the best. Have a good one, and I will see you when I see you.